Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. Guys, one of the great joys of this channel is not only getting to test different things, but it's learning, right? I've never once come on here and said I was an expert, and many of you would say amen to that. Now, we're going to approach this review. This is the BPS Bushcraft Axe. BPS were kind enough to send this to me and send me a discount code, and I'll be sharing that with you in the description. I always feel the need to let you know up front when a company sends me stuff, but you also need to know that I own 4 or 5 BPS knives that I've purchased. I've spent money with this company. I love this company. But we are going to approach this. This is me learning how to use a bushcraft axe. I'm not a huge axe guy, right? Just now getting into camping and bushcrafting, so this is perfect timing. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, honest thoughts. I'm going to tell you a couple things I love about it, and then I'm going to tell you a couple things I'd like to see different on it. Before we delve too far into it, though, let me give you the stats. This is from BPS. It's the Bushcraft Axe. It is in 1066 steel. The blade thickness is 0.2 inches or 5 millimeters. The HRC is 57 to 59. It is a Scandi ground axe. It has walnut handle scales. The overall dimensions are 9.2 inches by 5.2 inches with a blade length or cutting edge of 3¼ inches. Now the weight, this thing is ultra light for a little camp axe. It's 17.2 ounces, the axe alone. Now, when you add the sheath, it's 19.7 ounces. It comes with a gorgeous leather sheath. And guys, if you know anything about BPS, man, they do a phenomenal job with their leather. I own 4 or 5 BPS knives that I've purchased with my own money. 1066 is a hard steel. But these knives come super sharp. They always do. This axe is super sharp. The reason I bring up it being a tough steel is this. I think what I'm going to do for mine, I think I'm going to thin out my edge just a little bit, get a little better bite. And one thing I want to start doing, I really want to start doing, we've done this for 4 years now. We've put our hands on thousands of knives, literally. Axes, knives, everything. I think now I want to start moving into some practical applications. So this fall, this is a tool that I'm going to be taking with me on a camp out. Now, we have the YouTube studio. We're going to do a ton of camp outs, maybe 2 or 3 a month, 1 or 2 a month. Try to at the studio and actually use these tools. It's one thing for me to demonstrate and tell, oh, I love it and all this. It's a different thing when you're putting practical application to it. Now, this is about a 2 to 2.5 inch diameter piece of cedar, and I just wanted to take a minute and chop through it. I just wanted to go straight through it. One thing I'd like to see on this axe is maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches longer in the handle with a little bit of a palm swell. There are no hot spots on the handle, I've got to say that. But I feel that 1 inch to 1.5 inches, just that little bit, would give me a little bit more leverage. Now, again, this thing comes sharp as shit, and you're going to see that as this video progresses. And right here, to be honest with you, it's not a bad little chopper. This is something, I was at Kirk's, and he and I were talking about it. This is something we would throw in a pack, or throw in a dry bag, chunk it in the canoe, or the kayak. It is the sharpness. See, that's the thing. This tool being this sharp, gives you all kind of advantages. I've said that, I've said it, and I've said it. I've said it about knives. If you have a sharp knife, you are always in the fight. If you have a sharp camp axe, you are always in the fight. Maybe not always physically, right? But it gives you options if you need to do some planing, if you need to do some carving, if you need to do some slicing. And we try to do a little bit of all of that in this video while getting a feel and learning the axe at the same time. I'm never going to be that guy that comes on here and talks about something from a stand of an expert. That would be a lie, and it would be disingenuous, right? I love this little axe. I really do. A couple of things. I would thin out the edge. I'm going to. That's easy. That's not a problem. With 1066 being so tough, it'll hold an edge. I'm not worried about that. Well, it'll maintain and it won't chip or anything. It didn't chip through any of this stuff. And we did some batoning, we did some chopping, we did some different things. Now, that is a baton that Frank from What's the Point EDC made. Big shout out to Frank. It's my understanding I think he had his appendix removed. I don't know if it bursted, but man, thoughts, prayers, love go out your way, Frank. We're thinking about you. I think he had surgery over the weekend, and we're praying for a speedy recovery. And really, truly, honestly, that's one of the big reasons I wanted to use that baton, just to bear that in mind. Now, big love to Frank. Love you, brother. What's the Point EDC? I'll put it in the description. Now, the back of this axe has kind of a wig splitter on it, right? There will be another review of this axe as I learn it. See, the better I get a feel of it, the more I get a feel of it, the better I get with it, the better I can show you. But right there on the back, you see that wicked little point? Now, you could use that for splitting walnuts or coconuts or whatever you need, right? Or busting things up. Or, and I'll be honest with you here, if it came to a bad situation, if you were attacked by a Sasquatch or something, you could use this thing really quick. It's light, it's fast, it's convenient. Right here, I'm just showing you some of the sharpness, using it against this ratchet strap. At this point in the video, honestly, to maintain this kind of sharpness is pretty damn impressive. Like I said, BPS does a phenomenal job. And right here, we're making some nice little curls. That's a piece of 100-year-old fat wood, fat lighter knot. That's straight, that's nature's diesel right there. And you see a bunch of nice little curls coming. We're going to get a little bit closer here in a minute and give you a little bit better look at it. But I love right there. And you can see the curls it's making. Great little tool. And again, a couple little tweaks and you got something for sure. Now, I think this thing retails around $64, $65. BPS was good enough to give me a 10% discount. So would I carry it? Well, I'm going to carry it. I'm going to thin that edge out. I'm going to throw it in my dry bag. You're going to see it a good bit this fall. But what you're going to see, hopefully, is me getting better with it. I mean, that's the point of my channel, guys. Again, I'm here to learn. I'm here to give you the best look at the knife I can. I've got 4 or 5 reviews of BPS knives. They always come sharp. They always come well built. They're plain. Now, right here, I left this in, and people are going to get on to me, Scab. Trust me when I tell you this, guys, Kirk was getting on to me. But you see right here, I want to learn the tool. Now, not at the expense of losing a finger, but I was insanely careful right here. Kirk was having a stroke, but it is thin enough, or it's slicey enough, that I can strip wood. I can make some nice little curls. I can cut some ratchet strap. I can do, really, truly, honestly, if I just had this, I'd be okay. Now, I'd be forced to learn it a little better. But overall, I love the axe. The truth is, those things, the things that I mentioned, that might just be me. That's just for me picking up an axe and saying, hey, here's a couple things I'd like to see. Somebody with a much better skill set, and there are tons of people with far better skill sets, will know how to use this correctly. The build is spot on. The fit and finish is always good. Now, for their price point, their fit and finish, it's a little rough, but we're woodsmen, right? We're men who are out in the woods. We're folks who are out in the woods. Men and ladies who like the outdoors, who like the woods. These are priced well, budget tools that stand up, and they give it a nice, rugged, rough look. I love that. Overall, would I carry it? Yeah, I'm going to, because I want to learn it. And again, a couple small tweaks, 1.5 inches on the handle with a palm swell. I think that gives you a little leverage. Thinning out that edge because it's 1066 and it can take it. I think it'd give me a little better bite. Overall, I was really impressed with this thing. For a novice such as myself, to be able to use it, really impressed. Now, this was straight out of the box here, guys. It came sharp as shit. That being said, guys, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Guys, I back the blue. It's not a popular thing, and I'm okay with that. I don't ask anybody else to. It is a personal belief. and something I believe in. You don't have to. Finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, the BPS Bushcraft axe. I'm digging it, guys. For my first run on a Bushcraft axe, I think old Scabber did pretty good. I love y'all. Listen, have a great work week. I'm Scab. You're not. And I'm gone, son.